Well, happy Sunday, YouTubers and friends. Out today in the big sea of green. Big sea of dirt's gone to big sea of green. Some corn's gotten over the waist and some corn's still under knee high and some's knee high, but me and Boomer Doomer are out today. We've both found a couple broken pieces, and then I kind of swiped the edge of this with my stick right there, but looks like an adze. That doing looks like the bit of an adze. Yup. Well, that may have had a little nicked off the tip, but a lot of tips on adze, they'll leave flat. Boy, even with the dirt, can you see the polish on this end here? Especially even this end, but this side really shows that polish. That's gonna look pretty cleaned up. I don't think it's translucent, but just a little bit knocked off that end right there, but still a killer little find. Oh, it's some nice weather out here today too. Nice big overcast skies. Nice little breeze going on. Thank you, Great Spirit. What'd you find? It could be a mortar bowl maybe. It's kind of dished out right in there. Ain't it? Yeah, that could be a matati. Just flat on that side. Yeah, never know. We've found a few out here, but they've been more distinct looking than that. Oops. Oh, and that's kind of dried up nice out here, even though I got my rubber boots on. Really not much for puddles, but boy, it dumped a lot of flake right in this little area right here. That's where I scratched out them couple bird points after the river got up in here and ate it. And I really didn't do a lot of walking yesterday where we was at. Didn't have to. That's my arrowhead alert. There's an arrowhead here somewhere. That's my arrowhead alert. Where's it at? Let's catch some live action. Actually, that's my my ringtone from my text messages and Gmail. That's the Bumblebee Transformer. Boy, sometimes it's hard to find a live action point, especially when you gotta look through corn, which been trying to go slow and look as far through the rows as a feller can see, and hope maybe you see something sticking out, or even a big easy sticking out. Get over a row or two over from Boomer. Oh, I did find a bullet back there washed out in a big mud puddle. And I'll have to show it on the way out, but it's a big stone that's got some cool nutters in it. And then Boomer found this really cool big grinder. You can tell I worked it heavy duty. Had pretty much a red outer core, except for where they overly used it at. It wore all the red away. But I'm just gonna try bore you forever for a live action point. Make this video too long. Unless we find a lot today. I doubt that's gonna happen, but we'll take whatever we can find, broke or whole. We don't care. Well, let's see what we can find out here. Boy, I tell you what, I knew we'd find something out here today, but I sure did not expect this. Look at that. I mean, look at that, would you? Just a little bit of tip knocked off of it. Thank you, Great Spirit. Look how hard it rained out here, too. Look how much it washed off the side there. Look at the imprint. Look at that. 4-incher. Man. I don't know what tip maybe worked that way. Find out when we clean it up. It's like some different type of white mozarkite. Big old Melville. If it was short and broader, I'd say a Smith, but big old Smetley point. Killer. Thank you, Great Spirit. Boomer, now it's your turn, buddy. Now it's your turn. Man, that was awesome. Very, very, very stellar. Looks like a different color on this side, too. Man. Boy, and I was like in this row here, and I could just barely catch a glimpse of it, like through the corn like that, and my jaw just dropped. I was like, oh, no way. So cool. Thank you, thank you. One reason we go out every time is if we can just find that one awesome point. That one awesome point. And I thought I'd have had my flyer in the mail Saturday. They got them out real late this year, which I posted in a description video before last that our summer show is going to be August 17th this year, which is on a Saturday. I know that's not a lot of advance notice for those that may want to come from out of state, which August is some of our toughest hunting months, but as everyone's always seen, anyone that comes to visit from out of town, if you can stay long enough, we will find a place to hunt. We will try to make sure you find something to take home. That's just how we roll. And I always enjoy seeing everyone come from out of town anyways. But our summer show is ran by the Archaeological Society. And actually years ago it used to be the original Jeff City show. And I'd travel up to it once in a while, but I'd never set up tables. And then they brought it to the lake and had it at the Lodge of Four Seasons for a few years. And I don't know what happened with it there, but they decided to bring it to our local Lions Club, which wasn't near big as the conference building that they used at the lodge, but that's just fine. But it's still ran pretty much by the Archaeological Society of Missouri. So they charge $25 a table, except for where our normal spring show is only $15 a table. And then at first I just didn't even know if I was going to be able to get a table, even at all this year. I really ain't going to have the money to afford that next month. Just even one table, but I decided that I'd go ahead and squeeze in one table and just bring my best stuff, and went to call and order my table and talked to Dave about it. Dave Covington, that's the guy that takes all the phone calls and the table orders and everything. Great person. And I just told him I was only going to be able to get one table, and he was like, what? How come? You always overfill 2 tables, and usually not enough room still to bring everything. And just told him, well, I said, I'm still in a struggling situation every month till I have my workman's comp settlement. It's been a complete struggle for 6.5 years, and I'm getting tired of the struggle, but those that really know more than others and watch a lot or pay attention to stuff on FB knows last October and November I had a little setback, and well, that really set me back bad. But anywho, Dave said that he would take care of one of my tables if I go ahead and take 2 tables. And whenever I get my settlement, I give him the money back. And I can't count, which I got them all wrote down, the amount of people that's done that to help me out, especially here since last year, and the little hospital thing and everything. And you know, the first day I get that money from them in the bank, everybody gets their money back, and some a little extra, a little kind of like thank you. You know, there's a lot of things I'd do without here if it wasn't locally for a couple of my best friends that they help out so much. I mean, I owe them so big. But so I will be at the show with 2 tables like normal, thanks to Dave Covington. Like I said, a great person, and definitely some new stuff to find. Been coming across that every so often. Most of them was a little shorter when they were younger shoots, but back when it was probably like just between ankle and knee high, the deer in here getting them a little munch. Look at it, this corn here's waist tall. I hate it when it's this high like this, but man, you still gotta look through here. Just gotta look slower and make sure you look around all the corn stalks. But boy, every time I find something like that, I always get so excited. I think, man, I really need to slow down. I'm so excited I'll miss something. But hope to see everybody come to the show that can. And as soon as I get the flyer, I'll post a short video of it so you can have any information, which if anyone ever needs, I have Dave Covington's number at all times. All you got to do is PM me and I'll send you his number if you want a table or so, because they will fill up fast. But we'll get off here, and we're waiting for Boomer to find his. I know we got one in here for him somewhere. Gotta be. Be nice to see a bird point today too, since I didn't get to find a birdie last time, though Jay did. And Goldie Rocks. I'd like to find me a fresh birdie. Well, I'll quit yakking. We'll get off here. Thanks for always listening, everybody. Well, exact reason why I like to bring people with me. Boomer finally got to find his. And man, what a stellar little Dixon did he find there. Look at that baby. I mean, I barely see a flaw to it. Maybe right there, but man, that's nice. Look at how it just washed out laying there like that. Well, pick her up, Boomer. Let's see what we got all the way around. 10 to win. Oh, yeah. Shoot, yeah. Some nice gray and white mosaic. A little bit of other color in there.
Look how thin it is.
Yeah, that's definitely thin. Yep, just a little fresh nick right there off that corner. Off that shoulder. But boy, yeah, that's nice. Awesome. Just awesome. Now we both got a good point.
Yep. Can't go home sad today.
Nope, we can't go home sad today, and I gotta locate my stick. They're way over there. Or walking and meeting in the middle. Look at where that deer had just ate the heck out of this corn in here, would you? Just ate it like crazy. Look where that Dixon laid. That's kind of cool. Well, we'll get back to finding them. I'll show you again. If we're lucky enough. Oh yeah, that ain't cool.
Might have found that on the next one.
Right? I need to put it back in my bag. Well, we'll get off here till we find another one. We always stop and take plenty of breaks. But boy, I sure enjoy these moments when we can stop for a blackberry break. I mean, this got one spot. It's loaded with them. And still got a month. Check out all the red ones of them to still ripen and grow. From the little tart ones to the big sweet ones. Yummies. Yummy, yummy, yummies. We're gonna bag up a little bit. Well, Boomer Doomer just finally scored him another one. Said it was a full juker. All he seen was a little bit of clean spot and poked it with a stick and a full point popped out. Cotton. Well, look at the color in that thing too. Purple and pink. And it's gonna be pretty cleaned up. Just a little nicked off the base there. Looks like a Gibson. I don't know, maybe a little older than that, but now that base ain't ground. Them edges, it's a Gibson. A lot of Gibson's been found in this spot area. Stellar Boomer. Nice one, buddy. Oh, where's my stick? Well, a couple more rounds. We're gonna see if we can find something else. Well, we was making our last pass out about to the end of the field too, and I just happened to be on the phone with Scruffy, and he called me. He's been up in Wisconsin for a while, and I kind of stepped past it and then juked at it. I did pop it out of the dirt when I seen it was like that, but that's how it originally was, kind of like that. You can see where it laid at. And it was just one of them things kind of like caught my eye at the last minute. I was like, what the heck? But look at that. Man, what a heck of a find for on the way out. Awesome. Is it ground? Yeah, it's kind of ground. The way the bases worked, it reminds me of a Johnson. See how that base is all beveled real small like? But look at that striped mosaic. Killer stuff. Can't wait to get these points cleaned up and looked at them. We'll see you there at the cleanup. Well, here we are back at the house with a little cleanup. Kind of trying to do this quick, but here's a broken tip Boomer found. Look how thin that thing was. I mean, just paper thin. That'd have been a killer point, whatever it was. And then he had this other little tip here he found. It's actually almost, well, missing the base and a couple chigger bites off that side right there. And then he found this little grinder here he kept. A little funny shape to it, but it's kind of cool. But this big grinder here he found was really cool. They were using this with a big matati. See all the outer red core on it? Looks like they were doing some pecking on that side, but they used it so much they wore all that outer red core off right there. And I mean, that there's just as smooth as butter. Just as smooth as butter. And then Boomer's Point, he juked out. And I think it's a Gibson. It's got this edge broke off right here and that ear nicked off. But it doesn't have no grinding on it because it's got some really nice flaking on it. It may be a Schneider's Point too. But man, the colors in this thing, just unbelievable. All kinds of purples and white stripe, and pink and black, and just everything in it. And flaking, shooting straight across both sides. Really killer. And then his awesome DayMaker, this stellar little Dixon. And man, this thing here is sweet, let me tell you. Sweet. You got one little trigger bite right there. Just barely off that shoulder. Not the shoulder would have been, it had a little white dot that would have stepped off of it. But boy, nice flaking on it. Just all around a nice Dixon. An all around nice Dixon. Awesome. Then some of my broken stuff had this big tip right here. And then I'd found this base off of some kind of tool or who knows what, something thick. And then my ads I had found, which is actually quite cool. I think it's just got that little trigger bite there. That there's from them of use. A lot of our ads will have a flat tip to them anyways, but and get that light to show that polish on this side. And that thing is heavily polished, just like that grinder. Even this end has the same heavy polish on it, which it is a pretty cool ads. And then I'll show you that one I juked out first. This thing, the colors in it, man, what a killer little point. I mean, killer little point. And it has the base knocked off right there. Just barely the edge of the base knocked off. But it's ground, not real heavy like a lot of Johnsons are. But I think that's what it is a Johnson. Oops. At least it's a softwood table. But man, what awesome material in that thing. Still a DayMaker in my book. That little trigger bite don't bother me. Like OFS says, just a little trigger bite. Then my big stellar DayMaker for the day, 3 3/4. And I'm not sure about the tip actually being broke. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, wrong side, but it's like 2 little fake scars on that tip. But other than that, and this material is so cool. I don't know if this camera is even doing it justice, but it looks like a white point that's had clay baked into it. I mean, that's what all that creamish color makes it appear, it looks like, as a clay that's been baked in. That little spot right there is kind of cool, especially because it almost bleeds through. But stellar big old DayMaker. Big old Millville. Would have been exactly 4 inches if that tip had been there, probably. But I love it. And, oh, I'd forgot to show that find. Another bullet. Found it out there in the dried up pond. A shot bullet, for sure. Hit somebody or something. Oh, and I didn't show that big crazy tool I found. Thanks for always watching, everyone. Thanks for your views. Thanks for your comments. Hope all my friends have had a good weekend. Hope all you other rock hounds have been out and found something stellar. This is kind of a slower time of the year. That'd be the last trip out there till combine season. But looking at a 7-minute cleanup here, and I know it's going to be a long vid. want to make it any longer than it has to be, but boy, what a day of DayMakers. Oops, we need that one up there too. Yep, that's a good day. Thanks for coming with us.
I woke up early one morning, sun just beginning to rise. Poured me a strong cup of coffee, took me a walk outside, pulled down the tailgate of my pickup, sat there and gazed at the farm. Then the horses come over to greet me, so I fetched a little grain from the barn. And I thought about how lucky a man could be to have all of this in his life. Then a warm rush of feeling come over me as I realized this life is mine. This life is mine. It's all that I got. You get what you make out here given life. Ah, but it ain't for everyone, that's only right. But it suits me fine, this life is mine. When I get the blues and start yearning for a big house and a fancy fast car, I just try to put things in perspective. See, I got me one fine guitar, and I got me a good woman, said she loves me. She tells me so straight from her heart. And the kids are hanging on academically, so I think they're pretty damn smart. And I think about how lucky a man could be to have all of this in his life. Then a warm rush feeling comes over me as I realize this life is mine. This life is mine. It's all that I got. You get what you make out here given life.